Lucas County no longer in the red when it comes to the transmission of COVID-19. That just in not too long ago. The state now only reports COVID data on Thursday afternoons. So we brought in lead investigator Brian Duggar to break down some of those numbers. So talk, Brian, about how Lucas County dropped down this week.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly good news. We're expecting them to drop down because their cases per 100,000 number really came down. And when you start looking at the numbers, the big thing the CDC looks at are cases per 100,000 and hospitalizations. And the key number in cases per 100,000 over a 1 week period is that 200 number. Last week, Lucas County was 208. This week, they came down to 140. So when you're above the 200, it takes much less to trigger the hospitalization numbers. So for example, last week, Lucas County had a 13.6 hospitalization, but they're over 200, and that put them in the red category. So this week, now that they're below 200, about the same number of hospitalization, but that then drops them down to the yellow. So it's all about really the cases per 100,000.
Yeah, Brian, it's been several months since you've broken down these numbers for us. So why did you want to talk about the numbers today, and what jumps out at you about this?
Yeah, I really wanted people to understand that COVID is still out there. When you look at, in the state of Ohio looks at cases per 100,000 over a 2 week period versus CDC, which is a 1 week period. And over a 2 week period, Ohio's at 268, which is a little lower than it has been the last couple weeks, but compare that to last June when it was 37. But here's the interesting thing about last June. That was when we first started seeing the Delta variant arrive on the scene. And there's absolutely no doubt Delta is much more dangerous than the Omicron variant that we're currently seeing. And that's reflected in the hospitalization numbers. Last June, we had twice as many people on ventilators, even though we had far fewer cases than we do now.
Lead investigator Brian Duggar, thanks so much for breaking those numbers down for it. Appreciate it.